Morning guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are off to a town called Ware in Hertfordshire. We are doing a Mercedes A-Class. Damage to the front wing and front bumper corner, and it's an aluminium wing, so we can't use the spotter. We're going to have to pull the splash guard down, get in behind and hammer and dolly, old school sort of thing, get it as close as we can by hand, and then yeah, give it a skim and get the repair done. So let's get over there and have a little look. The weather's not the greatest. We've had a big old storm up here, so hopefully it's not too bad today. We haven't got a bad wind forecast at the moment, so fingers crossed it'll be alright. So yeah, let's get over there, see you in a moment. Here we go guys. So we've got a bit of a mangled wing. I don't know if you can see, it's pushing the bumper corner as well. And we need to try and sort this out. The problem being is it's alley, so we're going to have to heat it up, get in from behind and try and be as gentle as possible, because they are prone to splitting and we don't want it to split on us. And you can see where it's pinching in the bumper here as well. So we'll try and sort that. It's not really coming across well on the camera how much it's pushed in, but it's in a lot. Right, let's get cracking. Just going to get some tools out. Right, I can't get the trim clip off under here. It's looking like, let me move this out of the way. It's looking like they've mangled the bracketry behind here. So can you see how much that bumper's pushed right in with that wing? It's in a hell of a lot. Now it's all well and good trying to access behind here to try and repair some of this wing, but if I can't pull this back out, this bumper's never going to release from poking in there, and it is in like disgustingly folded round. And I was just pulled all this trim back, and I was trying to have a look at the brackets in here which hold the bumper fixes into a block which fixes up into here, into the wing, and I think they've ruined that. So if I can't release the tension on that and pull this back out with the wing, I think we're going to have to abort this job, because the wing's mangled. I think I can repair that wing. It is aluminium, it is a bloody nightmare. I can probably get my dolly up in here, and could use my spoon, or flip some people call it, and we could take this crown out here. We've got a kink running in here, which is a bit tricky. I might be able to lift some of that back. This is absolutely trolleyed. I don't know if you can see the contours and the angles. We've got a crown up here as well, and then across the top it's all pushed up sort of thing. It's not it looks like it's nothing, but to try and straighten this all back out by hand without tearing the aluminium or splitting it is quite hard work. And you see we've got another crown around there, see that? Move the camera. We've got quite a lot of damage in this little bit of area, but my main concern is where this is folded under. If I can't, I'm going to try and get some heat on this area and give this a pull. If I can't get this back out from where this bracketry is, we need replacement parts, and it's not what I quoted for. You can see here we've got another big, obviously, dent in here, and then the crown follows around up top. It's quite a lot of work involved in this little repair on this wing. So yeah, let me get the heat gun out. I want to see if we can pull this corner out a bit more. Right, I don't know what to do here. I pulled the liner out the best I could to get up in here to try and free the bolts off. This bracket is toast underneath here, and I cannot get this out anymore. And it's still, you can see how much it's in. It's disgusting. I can't leave it like that. There's actually a split in the wing there. We haven't really touched any of this. Obviously up here we have. So you can see where the paint's cracked. That was on the impact itself. I can't manipulate this bumper bracketry out anymore. So the only real way to tackle this properly is whole liner out and the whole bumper kind of off, under all the bolts underneath. Try and pull the whole bumper out of the way, remove the block and try and sort it all out. It's not really something I can do on the floor. In an ideal world you want it up on a ramp, undo everything. I'm not saying it can't be done, but it's gone from a bit of a headache job to a nightmare job because it's not what I've quoted for. So I don't know what to do. I was supposed to repair this. I've discounted it, repair this bit of bumper, and there's a little scratch there, but then I've looked down here, it's all scored all the way through and split up here where it's all dented as well. So that in itself is another major repair going right all the way up to the front. And I don't want to start filling this now. I can't access this split. I cannot from in here without removing all the splash guard, jacking it up and all that, and I don't carry jacks. I cannot access the back. I've managed to get on the front bolt a little bit, but I cannot get on the back bolt. It's an absolute nightmare. I don't know what to do there. I'm going to have to go and speak to the customer. But because I've got to do filler work right along this edge, I need to release this. But where this is all twisted in, it's like you can't get a ratchet on the bolt for some reason. So I just don't know what to do. I don't know whether to stop now or try and carry on, but it won't be a good job, which is not what I want to do. So yeah, I'm going to have to go and speak to the customer. Well, that is not officially jobbed. That is job aborted. So when I booked the job, obviously it's very difficult to do things over video and pictures, and obviously I knew kind of the damage, what was going on. I had only quoted to do the wing and that bit of the bumper. Then I found it dented and scuffed all around the front and the other side in my blend area, which I would have had to repair anyway. The guy had already knocked me down from my original price, and I thought, oh, do you know what, I haven't got that many bookings, it's January, just after Christmas, I'll do it a bit cheaper, no problem. So not only have I discounted the job, which I don't like doing because my price is my price for a reason, I've discounted the job. I've got there, the job's worse, a lot more than I expected. Just got on with it. With aluminium you cannot manipulate it too much, and especially where that's split at the front, I cannot yank on that bumper block anymore, like the bracketry behind the bumper. The only way to do that properly is to remove the whole front bumper, pull the splash guard out properly so you can access everything. Where it's so twisted I cannot get on the bolt at the back. So the correct way to do it would be up in the air, ramp, you know, all of that lot. So I'm like, the job can be done, no problem, just not on your driveway. And I'm just like, there isn't anything more I can do. I'm going to phone one of my pals. I spoke to the customer. Obviously the wife's at home, showed her, rung the customer on the phone, explained, and I said, look, I'll ring one of my pals. A couple of my pals have got body shops. I'll try and get the job booked in with them and get them to do it, you know, properly. They were asking if I could bodge it, and I'm like, no, because your wing split at the front and I need to separate the bumper, and obviously I've got to fill right on the edge anyway and block it down where that dent is. There isn't a reasonable outcome for this. If I bodge it, it's going to fail sooner rather than later, because you're going to get water ingress up there where the wing split. Everything's going to bubble up and go wrong. Well, they're all fine and dandy now. You know what's going to happen 2, 3, 4, 6 months down the line. You don't know. I'm going to get the phone call and I'm going to have to go and resurrect something that I told them that will happen. So not interested in that, because customers are perfectly fine at the time. It's after that you got to worry about. So for the heavily discounted job already, trying to save them from buying a new wing and having to blend everywhere and what have you, it's not worth it for me. So I'm not bodging it. I could probably lob it up and try and get some filler in that edge and take the bumper off and file it out, and it's just going to be rubbish, and I'm not prepared to do a rubbish job to please someone else. I'm not going to put my name to it, so I'd rather just walk away. I've wasted the morning. It's now 10:30 and I've got nothing else to do today, but I'll phone one of my pals and try and get that booked in. I don't know what else to do. Like, obviously I want to do my job and earn wages, but on the other side of the coin, I'm not catering to people's budgets, and I'm not being rude or disrespectful, but their house was about a £2 million house, and it's not like they're short of a few quid. I believe it's more being tight than not having the money to repair said vehicle. So I'm just like, why should I have all this headache put on my shoulders and I ain't even getting my price? Do you know what I mean? It's like, no, I've already heavily discounted it and the job's double what it should be. I'm just not interested, and there's no rudeness or falling out happened or anything. It's just me airing my views. Why should you work for less? You shouldn't. And the job it's stupid to attempt that job on a driveway when that job needs to go on a ramp, pull the wheel off, pull the splash guard out, get the whole front bumper off, change the block, replace it for a brand new one. Everything will line up. Really, you should have replaced the wing, but the wing's kind of into shape now, so a bit of tapping and what have you, and a couple of skims, and you'll have the wing right. So that's done. That's not a problem. But yeah, I'm not interested in bodging it just because someone don't want to spend money. So that is it. I'm done. I'm going home. I'm going to speak to my mate, see if I can get that booked in, and yeah. I'll see you very soon on the next one, I suppose. That is not jobbed. That is job aborted today. As always, I don't know if there's enough footage here to make a video, but I'll say it anyway just in case. But as always, a massive thanks for watching, and we'll see you very soon on the next one. Stay safe and be lucky.